Right, so here's a gameplay that I wanted to showcase that will show exactly how powerful this deck is. Look, I got Medora and Keldo in my hand right here. I'm going to start off with Keldo. Keldo is going to grab Agito from my deck. I'm going to normal Agito right here. Activate Runic Tip to grab Fountain, and then I'm just going to do my Runic plays before I go into the Succeed Summon, because the Succeed Summon is going to start negating everything, and I'm pretty sure you guys know because I did it in my last video if you watched, which you basically are going to summon out Baguska, right? So I'm going to make my other plays first, and then I'm going to go Baguska. So Diviner of the Herald, this is going to come in clutch for next turn. And then I put Baguska in defense mode right here. The good thing about this is, look, I got some graveyard control. I got Medora in my graveyard, and then I got Keldo and Agito right here. Agito is not going to be able to get its effects because it's with Baguska, but it's okay. But I do have Keldo here, so if they do manage to get rid of Baguska, then I can start controlling their graveyard with this Keldo. So it looks like they're playing Light Sworns. So the thing about Light Sworns is it's a mill deck. My deck is a mill deck, their deck is a mill deck, but the difference is my deck can control the graveyard. And I'll showcase that right now. So I'm going to start banishing their cards. Look, I hit their Blackluster Soldier, which is a really good card to hit. Hit one of their mill cards. Hit one of their other Light Swarm mill cards. So I hit quite a few cards here to banish. And then I go ahead and mill 5, and look, they're starting to activating their graveyard. I hit one of their wolves right here with this card, which is crazy because wolf would normally be a card that you don't want to hit. If you mill this card to your opponent's graveyard, they're going to summon it onto the field and start making plays. I activate Kelbeck. Kelbeck is going to mill more cards, 5 more cards, and then I'm going to activate my Medora right here. Medora is going to shuffle back his Wolf and then also his Felis right here. Both of these cards activated in his graveyard. Shuffle them back. This is why graveyard control is like so important. So it's going to banish itself. Mill 5 more cards. And look, his 2 effects did absolutely nothing because they were in his deck. And then he draws another wolf. So this card's supposed to summon out. Activate my other Keldo. Shuffle these 2 back. And then I'm going to put his wolf back into the deck again. So now he's not going to get the effect of that either, right? So I just milled a bunch of his cards. All the cards, the important cards that he got milled that would normally be really good for him to mill, did absolutely nothing because of the graveyard control that I had right there. Now here's the next more important card that I've been saying. I haven't saw this in anybody's deck that plays these new Ishizu cards, but I think this is the most important card for continuing to make plays long term. Because of Keldo and Medora, because they banish themselves, this card unbanishes them and allows you to continue to control the graveyard. If everybody is going to be playing graveyard decks, pretty much, especially once the Ishizu tier limits come out. Once tier limits come out, everybody's going to be playing like tier limits pretty much. This card is very good at putting these cards back here, and you can continuously take stuff that hits the graveyard, and you can just keep putting that shit right back into the deck, making it hard for them to use graveyard effects because you're controlling the graveyard more consistently. Oh yeah, and I put my Baguska in attack position so then that way I can use effects he can't. So on his turn it was in defense, negating everything. On my turn I put it into attack position so then that way I can mill more of his deck. Look at this. Look at these crazy plays. So I went into the battle phase. Of course, it skipped. It's okay. Watch how this card works. Watch how it interacts with my banish pile to be able to make it to where I can get more effects. I got Herald of Orange Light plus Kelbeck, which means he doesn't know, but I know that 5 more cards are about to get milled out of his deck. He's at 13 right now. So I activate Cyframe Lord Omega. It's going to basically take my Medora, put it back into the deck. And then I banish this card to get rid of 1 card in his hand. He's going to activate this card on the field. And then I go ahead and send the Kelbeck and Herald of Orange Light to basically negate and pop that card. He's going to activate Chaos Space. He's got 7 cards left in his deck. He puts 1 card onto the top and then draws a card. I send a card right here. I ended up sending Wolf. Look, I send Wolf, but it doesn't activate because it wasn't sent from his deck. It was sent from his hand. So basically, he drew a brick, sent a brick. This card did nothing for him. He didn't get any effects out of this card. Even though it was milled, he didn't get a chance to see any of the effects actually go through. He's going to summon a card in face down defense right here. I'm going to activate Slumber. Slumber is going to mill 3 more cards, and then Smithing Storm to mill 1 card. So now he's got 1 card left in his deck. Absolutely nothing he could do but just simply quit. GG's, my boy.